Hello everybody and welcome back to some SkyT. How you guys doing today? I hope you are doing well. I am. So, last episode we got together and we started automating a bunch of stuff. And I have done more. I've got most of the stuff ready to go for today. I've added a bunch of stuff to this. I've added some functional drawer stuff to it. I've got our reactor stuff ready to go. I've added all of our pipes. I got tired of having to craft those. So all of our mechanism pipes, our applied energistic stuff, all that stuff down here is now automated and ready to go. Got these guys set up. I did a separate one for each of them. That way we don't have to worry about it. We can just input the recipes. Let's see if I can slide in here. For the basic ones, and then after that, the basic ones for the mechanism, and after that's crafting patterns. The pipe ones, we just have the 4 different pipes, and then the universal one for the other stuff. And then the applied, we've got all the... Actually, I guess I could have stayed. I don't know if I'd put all that up. We've got the dense cables and stuff like that. The problem that I am running into right this moment is that I have... it's automated, but not fully automated. Or at least these guys, the applied cables. Because I don't have a way of doing... Fluix pearls, or Fluix crystals, not pearls. We've got to make the seeds, and well, not the seeds, but the dust, and the dust we can only get from throwing into the water or getting into the laser AE2 stuff, which in order to do that, we've got to get into, well, that's actually not that bad to do, but we need to get further into applied energistics. And we also need to get, if we go over here and look, the matter infuser, that's the one I want to look at. We need to make the supreme machine frames, which takes milk and a wither. And that's probably one of the things we're going to work on doing today is that. And then I've also added the ultimate compressing factory for making refined obsidian. We're going to be doing wither stuff, so I've got us a soul sand farm going. We've got mycelium underneath here, changing this to witch water, and I've got this hooked up to our drawer up there that's making sand. It won't go through all the sand. I've got it set up with, so it'll just hold 16,000. That should be enough to take care of what we're going to need with it. Anything else I've done? I don't think so. I've cleaned all of this up. Oh no, I did do... we were getting low on our ethylene down here, and so I decided to go ahead and start making this slowly catching back up. But I made the solar panels from Power. I've got 4 of them here. It's generating, we're getting 6,000 FE a tick. Which, if we go in here and look... The Spirited generates 4.8, so I'm not sure why we're only getting 6,000 for all 4 of them. So yeah, that's the thing. It may be just because of the dimension that we're in and the time of day that it's in. I'm not exactly sure, but that's what I'm going to assume. I haven't tried to use them anywhere else yet. Oh, the other thing I have done. Let's run over to Glacio. I've got a quarry set up. Actually, I've made the Fortune Quarry. This card is really not that hard to make. We need dimensional shards and gas tier with our quarry. And I've got it running just like the other one. It's getting 8,000 RF a tick limited, so it's not draining all of our power. And yeah, we're getting a bunch of stuff here. I've got this connected to our system back home. And of course, as I said, the whole reason for doing this was for this stuff right here, for the dry ice. And plus we get everything else too while we're at it. So that is running. This is because I screwed up when I set it up. The shape card, I set it as the box being hollow instead of the full box. Why did that quit? Oh, it's probably because it come across a chunk that didn't have anything in it. Because there's a lot of holes like this, a lot more than what we have in the mining dimension. Alright, so back home and today's stuff. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is, since we started with all the power stuff, that's what we're going to get into. We're going to go ahead and get our reactor set up. We might as well, I've got to go through each tier of these. So we need, it's 9 recipes of this, gives us the 36. Wait, that's giving us 12. So let's do, that'll give us our 36. So we're going to go through and craft up each of these. That way we can get the quest. Speaking of quest, I keep hitting wrong buttons here. I did do the crystal growth chamber. I made it trying to, let's go in here. I was working on doing some Fluix crystals, trying to automate it as much as I could. I tried it with the crystal growth chamber. Even with acceleration cards, it's not as fast as just using the enrichment chamber on it. So I went with that instead. And of course, we'll change all that once we get into the lazier stuff. So, for the moment. Oh, and I've also added the disk drives up to, matter of fact, we can go ahead and do this one. That'll get us a quest complete. Up to the mega cell. Matter of fact, it's still in there. Quest complete, we've got that. I don't have the stuff to do the 256 yet. Not got into that far. I'm not too worried about it just yet. But I wanted to get some more cells as we were getting filled up down here on our drives. We've got 5 that are out of the types, and they're all about half full. So I went ahead and made another one just to kind of get that going. Alright, so, but now I'm going to work on getting our reactors done here. So that can be done. We'll get it and get it set up. So I'll be back. Alright, so there we go. 36 spirited reactors. So we're going to come back here and let's grab a wand. We're going to make this out a little bit bigger, and we're going to set this guy up right back here. And if we place one of these guys down, it should place the rest of them. Beautiful. There we go. Now this thing, if we give it everything that it needs, we're going to get 200,000 FE a tick out of it. Let's go ahead and complete these quests. There we go. And we're ready to go. So now we got to give it what it needs. So we need to give it uranite. We need to give it redstone, we need to give it coal, and then we also need to give it water. And and dry ice, which we've got everything we need. I just need to get all of this going. So let's go ahead and do that. So, mechanism, we need some fluid pipes. We're just going to go ahead and run it off here. And that'll save us at least a little bit of stuff to do. So we should have water. And then I need to set up some crafting recipes for I got redstone blocks. We need a recipe for coal blocks. We've got a recipe for uranite. I need a export bus. Some of those, and then I also we're going to need a crafting card. That's not what I needed. Crafting card. This guy, we can just do that. I've already got stuff in it. We've got the export bus. I need some cabling. So let's get all of this ran, and then we'll come back and see what we have. Alright, so I don't know how often I ever actually show this, so I'm going to show you all how I run my P2P tunnels. So we've got, I run dense cables through here. So we've got, use anchors to separate them so we don't get any kind of mix up with them. We need some P2P tunnels, which I don't have any made. Let's grab two. So we're going to set one up here. We'll place us a dense cable. This will give us a spot to run 32 channels off of this one here. So if we get our memory card, clear it out, shift right click on that, and we've got us basically a set of 32 channels. Now we've got that. I run a dense cable usually in every direction, so then we can run 32 channels off of this cable. But if we come out here to where we are at, let's go ahead and make this platform slightly bigger. That's not what I wanted. I wanted this guy. We'll stop it right here. That way we can just run it straight out. So we can run our dense cable out here. Got a little carried away. And then we can place our P2P tunnel. Place a cable there. We'll attach our P2P tunnel to the end of it. We'll place this guy and slap this with the memory card. So now those 32 channels come out here, and we've got 32 channels that we can use off this should we need it. And we're only using one channel down this line. I didn't want to actually use that because I'm not planning on using that many channels. So I like to use at least one smart cable at the end, and that's just so I can have a spot where I can keep an eye on how many channels are actually being run to it. And I actually missed this by one. So we need our export bus. We're going to actually need something else. We're going to need I think is it the fuzzy card that I need? No, it's this guy, capacity card. We should be able to get away with maybe just one of them. So we throw that guy in there. That gives us 5 spots instead of the 1 spot that we had. The crafting card and that. And let's grab what we need for this. So we need uranite. That's all craftable. Let's get rid of some of this stuff in our inventory. We need our coal blocks. I did not put that in our system over here. That looks like a good spot. So now we've got coal. We need our redstone. And then we need our dry ice. And put that, and that in here. And now as soon as we connect this, this should start filling up. And as you can see, it's filling up. We're getting redstone. We've got coal in it. As soon as the redstone fills up, it'll fill up the dry ice. And we are generating... It's just generating a 187,000 FE a tick. So we want smart mode on. That way when it fills up, it will not use anything. And if we don't need the power, it's not going to try to generate the power. That's what I'm trying to spit out. So we need a flux point, which I don't have any more of those. Recipe for those. We need those uses. We need a flux plug, not a point. And if we just connect this guy right here and set our power in, it's going to suck all the power out, and then it'll go back down to the 184,000. And this guy should be filling up a lot faster now. We're generating 333 FE a tick now. So this guy should run, and as soon as that fills up, it will shut off. And we should have enough of this stuff to keep this thing full and go from there. There we go. Alright, so we're back, and while I was at it, I went ahead and crafted up each tier of the solar panel just because we had already made them, and I made them all spirited right out the gate instead of breaking them down individually. So those guys are now made, and we can get rid of all this stuff. I don't need that stuff right now. And we can go ahead and get another piece of cable, and we can connect this guy up since we've got it, and throw us a little bit more power into this. So we've got that guy. We can throw him in here and get our configurator just to make sure that it's sucking power out. And we're up. We added another almost 3,000 RF tick to that. Alright, so our next bit of business. I'm going to do this all off camera, but we're going to go ahead and work towards our bigger reactor. We're going to get it set up. This is what we're needing to get into our Draconic Evolution stuff, at least the beginning parts of it. In order to do this, we need plutonium. And we, of course, the living armor, which we can do all that stuff, our living bracelets. And that should get us just about ready. Not quite, but just about ready to get in Draconic Evolution. But it's going to take a minute to get all of it that we need in order to do this. But we can do it. So let's go ahead and get it done while we're at it. That way, because it's a process, it's not something that we can speed up. We just got to make a reactor and run some uranium through it. So, as far as I need power, we need the reactor terminal. The biggest thing with this is it's going to take some uranium to do this, and it's going to take the reactors, or the spirited reactors, which is why we just done all that. We're going to need a recipe for uranium dust. That all takes that we can all do. This guy is, we do need graphite, which we'll have to look at here in just a second. We'll need reactor fuel rods, and we'll need control rods. Now, we're not going to make a huge reactor for this because we're kind of limited still on our uranium. So I want to be able to control how much uranium we're using right now until I can get some more uranium stuff going. So I'm going to make that, and then we're also going to go ahead and make our cyanide reprocessor, which is takes this. We put uranium into the reactor. It gives us cyanide as a byproduct, and the byproduct we can use to make plutonium, and from there we can get into of course we can get the plutonium, and we can start looking into the lutecrite we need in order to start our beginnings of extended crafting. All has a purpose. So let me get all this stuff crafted up, and then I shall be back. Oh man, I was recording and I didn't even realize it. So there we go. There's going to be a great big spot that I've got to fix there. Just me talking, but we've got everything that we need now in order to do our reactor. Or at least we should. So we're going to put this guy back here next to this one. So I'm guessing that this has got me doing a 5x5. So there we go. We can put our terminal on the front. We'll put our power tap on the front. We want to go 1, it's 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. So there's that. We'll go ahead and put our control rods in. This might actually need to be... No, that was exactly what we needed. We'll put our control rods there. We can put our redstone ports in the back. We've got those for a reason. And we'll throw these guys, it don't matter which side we throw them on, we'll do that. And then I made some glass so we can kind of keep an eye on things. This was not part of the quest, but we'll take it. And do I actually have enough to do all of it? I do. So there's that. We can throw these guys. I'm going to make diamond blocks to put on the inside. I don't really know what we've got that will make this any more efficient than that. Which we don't necessarily need it to be too efficient because we do want waste. That should work. We can fill these holes in. I've got a bunch of these left over. These have any other uses? No, not really. Alright, so that is now set up, ready to go. So I need, what is it that I need? I need a repeater. See, I need 2 of these guys. We've got some blocks that we can use, and then I need a bit of redstone. So we want to run a redstone line out of here and into here. This one doesn't have to be a repeater. So we want this to gotta remember how I want to do this. Change reactor status. output stored triggered while we want a redstone signal while it's below, we'll say 75%. Now, as you can see, it is on, and if we give this guy some uranium, it should fire up. We need this guy set to input. We want this one set to output. Waste, manually eject waste from the reactor. And let's grab us a drawer for now. Actually, I just need one. We need a item pipe. That's fluids. Come on. There we go, and throw this in there, and it should fill up. It's now generating, and once it gets, we're generating 14,000-ish FE, and as soon as this gets up to about 75%, it should shut off. Let's make sure it does that. Oh, I might need to, it did shut off. But that didn't work. So, trigger on signal. And now that should be working. It did not. Alright, so I think I got this all ready to go just about. So I've got it, it's off now. We are all the way filled up. So let us connect. I've got our cyanide reprocessor. This guy takes power and it does need water, so I'll just run a cable over here for now. And we're going to hook up a exporter to the bottom of this. Let's grab us a Fluix cable. And wait, that's an exporter or importer, not an exporter. Throw that guy there, and for the time being, all I have is I'm going to run 2,000 through here and see what we get. And I need item pipes. Mechanism, items. And let's set this to suck it out, and it just went in there, and this should make plutonium, and it's not a very fast process, but there we go. We should have just got our first piece. So yeah, plutonium. It does not show, but it looks like we got 2 for 1. So now we just need to hook up our flux plug, our power in. That turned it back on, and just for the moment I'm going to turn that off. But we do want to make sure that this is going to shut off again, just to make sure we've got it all taken care of. And we're not going to get to our wither building today. We'll have to do that in another episode. So, but right now, like I said, I want to make sure that this is going to shut off. And it did shut off, so we're good to go. Alright, so that's going to run. Once that fills up over there, this is going to shut off. And it will just keep making the cyanide and the plutonium, at least to the point of what we've got in here. And we'll just keep an eye on this as far as our uranium goes. and hope everything works, or that we can get stuff taken care of. So, but there we go. There's that. All right, so we are now inputting 346,000 FE a tick, somewhere around there. So this won't take too long now to fill up, and then everything will shut off. Will be good. Should have enough stuff to run all that. But now the more important thing is we've got enough power to take care of a bunch of stuff. So let's go ahead and complete the quest we got. We got our bigger reactor that's going to give us some uranium blocks. That's going to give us a bunch of cyanite. We can go ahead and throw these in here, and that'll give us some plutonium. And now this is all ready to run. Any other quests? No, that's it. So the only thing we've got left to do power wise is to get our nitro crystals, and that's going to be some work. We've got to get a bunch of calorite going. We've got some more create stuff that we need to do, plus we've got to get into our wither farming, and that's where we're going to be at. So I didn't get to where I wanted to be, but we've got reactors, we're ready to go. So wither farming will be next. So hope you guys enjoyed the episode. I thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.